Hello my lovely Lunatiks! Today we are going to propagate orchids from stem cuttings. We're going to build a terrarium to hopefully grow them in, and then we're going to take a look at them in about a month and see what we've gotten. So to start, I took a big container like this from water and I cut it in half, and I'm going to use this bottom part. So you need something like that, or a glass jar would work, or a smaller water bottle. And then we need plastic wrap to cover the top. I've seen people use the kind of plastic that has little holes in it so that it can breathe, so we might just poke a couple holes in the top of this. We'll see. I have honey and a piece of aloe to put on the ends of my stem cuttings. Activated charcoal would have worked as well. I have alcohol and paper towels to clean the stems, because if you sterilize with hydrogen peroxide, it can kill the tissue and actually kill your orchids, so we're going to use alcohol. We have some different cutting tools to cut the stems off, as well as fire to sterilize these tools in between. And we have some medium to put into our terrarium. You can also use sphagnum moss. I also have a second terrarium in case we want more space. And I'm going to use the top of this one that has a cap to try to grow roots from this leaf that fell off of one of my orchids. The leaf is otherwise pretty healthy, and I know you really can't propagate from leaves. I've seen somebody on YouTube say they put it in a potato and it grew roots, but everyone in the comments was saying that was total cap. So we're just gonna see, because I feel bad just having a healthy leaf just go to waste, so we'll see what happens. We'll do that one last. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, I think, is cut our stems off. So we have 3 orchids here. One has a double stem, but the reason the flowers fell off was because I had spray food for them and it said not to get it on the blooms, and I did, and all the blooms actually fell off prematurely. So we have this one stem here that's starting to dry. That one we're gonna cut. See here, it's starting to dry. So we're gonna cut that one all the way at the bottom and use that stem. But this stem actually has 2 other ones growing off of it. There is this one right here that is growing and still healthy. And then there's a new one right here. Can you see it? It's a little tiny one right there growing up. So what we're gonna do is cut this one back right under where the first flower was that fell off. And I've seen that that is supposed to stimulate these ones to grow. So we'll see what happens with that. And then this one has 2 stems here growing off of the original stem. And this one was growing until one day it just decided to start drying instead of making flowers. So this one is actually pretty healthy, but we will probably cut that off. It has a note on it, and we'll probably try to use that one as a propagating one as well. Because the leaves are a little flimsy, and I want to give the plant as much energy as it can have and another chance to grow a new flower stem. So I'm not going to try to save what's left on this one. And then this one I repotted when I got it. This was the first orchid I ever got, and I repotted it when it had blooms, and that made the blooms fall off. So the stem actually has not dried out, but I want to give it the best chance to grow a new one, so we're gonna cut it off. So I think I'm gonna try these to cut the spikes off. So first we're gonna sterilize them. Okay, I'm gonna go right at the base, right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know if these are going to be strong enough. It's seeming like no. Let's try maybe wire cutters will do the trick. That seems like it's working. Okay, did work. I didn't sterilize them, but I will sterilize them in between stems. So I cut this flower spike right there. So we have one to work with. Sterilize this. Do our big one next. And again, I'm going to cut that I don't know if I want to cut it right next to the base or if I want to cut it above the first node. I guess I'll go for the base again. Okay. I took it off all the way at the base. That is right here, is the flower stem. And the roots are not buried very well anymore because it pulled up while I was doing that. Ooh, this one is growing a new root off of an old root. I love that for it. But I just unburied it. It's probably not gonna like that. I'll give it some extra medium after we finish our terrarium. Okay, this one, we're gonna cut the first spike low. Okay. The one that's drying we're gonna cut. So it's gonna be as low as I can. Oh, did I sterilize these? Let's do that. Okay, I don't know if you can see in there by the leaves where it got cut. Probably not. I'll get the stick out of here now. This has some good aerial roots on it. All right, and now this one that is growing still, we're gonna just trim under where the first flower was on the original stem, and we're not gonna bother that new one there. Oh, this is the same plant, but I'll still sterilize it. All right, right there. Okay. And probably some activated charcoal on that would be good, but I didn't bring it outside, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. And hopefully that'll stimulate growth on the ones that are still growing, the two stems there. This one that I've just cut off, it's not gonna be any good because all the nodes have already been used for flowers, so we'll just toss that, okay? So we're going to cut off any part that has already grown flowers. So, see these here? This does have a couple nodes, but it's grown flowers up to here. I'm gonna cut that off. This one was growing, and those actually were good nodes, but it's dried up. So we're gonna cut above this one. I don't know if that's very good either. We'll cut it right here. Oh no, that one actually did grow something already, so let's cut it like that. All right, so we have the stem off there that has two nodes on it, and then we have these nodes. Is that gonna be too tall? A little bit. So let's cut it in the middle right here, I guess. Okay, now we have two stems. They are not finished yet because we have to put honey or aloe on them. All right, this one was growing more on the end, but again, we're gonna find the first node that didn't grow anything. I'm gonna cut right above that one, right there. Okay, will that fit? Yeah, that one will be okay. All right, this one. Okay, so we're going to put first a little bit of distilled water in the bottom because we want it to be kind of like a humid, wet environment. So I'll put like that much, just a little bit of water on the bottom. I've also seen people mix activated charcoal with the water in the bottom, but that's not what I'm going to do. Also, our leaf, right? I don't expect much at all from it, but we're gonna cut off the little dried part at the bottom. And we're gonna have this little terrarium for that. All right, so we put a little water in. Now let's put in some medium. should be enough. I'll put a little in here for the leaf. Oh, it's a little bit much, I think. I'm gonna move some over for these guys. And I also want to give the orchids where we cut the stems off a little extra, because I took some away from them, you know. They got a little extra. Let's give these guys a little bit extra. Okay, so now we have honey. And we also have aloe. So I'm gonna cut the end off of this. And then I have a razor blade to open it up. It's kind of thin, so it makes it hard. Oh, yeah, you don't want to get your finger. Alright, so I've opened this up a little bit, as you can see. And I'm going to rub some of this on the leaf. Give it some vitamins. And then we're going to stick the end of the leaf some honey. Okay, because honey is a natural antibacterial, I think, or anti-fungi, something like that. So, alright, so I get honey on the end of it. And then we're going to stick it so that the end of the leaf is in the medium. And then you want to, like, spray mist it a little bit with water. But I don't have a spray bottle. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit more water on top, like down the sides a little bit, just to make, I don't know if you can see, I'm literally just making like a little bit down the sides so that they're wet. Oh, that was a little much, but you get the point. So now we're gonna cover the top where a leaf is. And we'll see if we can get this leaf to do anything, right? Probably not, but we'll see. So here's our leaf terrarium. And I'll show you inside when we have better lighting. But let's get our stems done. Alright, so we're going to take the alcohol. And we're going to put it on a paper towel. And then just wipe stems off with that, just to make sure that they're clean. And this is the part where some people have used hydrogen peroxide, and then some people say that works, some people say it killed their orchids, and if you look it up, it says it will kill live tissue. So that's the reason for that. So that's why we're using rubbing alcohol. Now, here's our terrarium, where we put the water and some growing medium. And we are now going to take our stems one at a time, and the bottom part we're gonna stick in the honey, okay? This honey's a little crystallized, but it should be fine. And the top part we're gonna stick in some aloe. Alright, so now we're gonna put this down here, make sure that it's in the medium that has access to that. We're gonna do the next one, and then the bottom in the honey, and put that down in the growing medium. Honey on the bottom, aloe on the top. Put that down in there. And our last one, let's cut our aloe a little bit more. I think this is the top, so we'll put aloe on there. And honey on the bottom. I'm sorry it's getting dark as I'm doing this, but I will show you what this looks like when we're finished. That's why I've been explaining it to you verbally. Okay, and I do want to just make kind of like the misting effect of the water, you know, down the sides of this. And I think I'll add just a little bit more of this. I'm gonna save the rest. So when we get baby Keikis, I have little pots to put them in with new medium. And now we just have to seal our terrarium with our saran wrap. And I don't think I'm gonna put any holes in it. If I see the saran wrap start to kind of get pushed up, like there's gas being emitted, then I will probably poke a hole in it to let the gas out. But other than that, I'm probably going to just leave it how it is. All right, so we have our terrariums with our stems. And I will bring them inside and show you a brighter view of them so you can see better. Let me just bring everything inside. Sorry about the loss of light. So here are our finished terrariums. Here's our leaf that I'm really just not expecting anything from. If you do know what you're supposed to do with a leaf, let me know in the comments. I'm sure other people would like to know as well. And then we have our other terrarium that we are expecting a lot from, with our median and water in the bottom, and our 4 stems with lots of nodes covered with saran wrap. So if there's anything I missed, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Do me a favor, if you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, smash the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, it helps so much, and ring the notification bell so you get notified when I put the video up in like a month or 3 weeks, checking to see if we have any progress. Thank you so much, my lovely lunatics. Until next time, goodbye!